You set up the entire dining table with your delicious cooked food and were proud of yourself for cooking this much early in the morning. You placed everything perfectly on the table and started serving on plate as not much time was left for him to come and have food. As soon as you heard the footsteps, your lips formed a beautiful smile and you looked up to see he was coming downstairs being all ready. Breakfast is ready, Thai. Have something before you leave. All are your favorites. I'm running late, Ryan. I have to leave. I'm sorry about that. But you still have some time left, Thai. We have a deal with some international client. I have to go. You were about to say something when he said, and yes, I'll come late. Don't wait for me and have your dinner and sleep. He left after saying that, making your mood gloomy cause of his cold behavior. You harshly threw the serving spoon from your hand on the table and tear made its way out of your eyes. I woke up early to make all this so that his weekday starts on a good note. You wiped your tears and went away from there as now you were also not hungry. His behavior was more than enough for you. You started working on your book, which you are about to publish in winter. As you're an author by profession, you soon forget everything and started working. Time skip after 2 hours. You were busy in writing when your phone rang and you immediately picked the call. Jimin, why I need your help? Yesterday when I came to meet Thai, I accidentally left my important file there. If Thai got to know this, he'll definitely kill me. You smiled, listening to his whining like a small kid asking for chocolate. You assured him that you would come and give him the file on time. Time skip to the office. You came inside the office to see everyone was busy working. You decided to directly go to Jimin's cabin and give him the file and leave as soon as possible. You didn't came in the office for the first time, but it was the first time you were coming in office after marriage. Before you just came with Mrs. Kim to see the office. You were about to go when a girl saw you and immediately said, "You're Mrs. Kim, right? How lucky you are." Soon her loud voice gained everyone's attention and people started surrounding you to see wife of the CEO. You started feeling a little shy because people around started asking about him and about your love life. What's going on here? A loud voice echoed and everyone saw him, making them gulp in fear and rush back to their seats and continue their work. He came near you and saw your face expressions, saying you were a little uncomfortable because of that sudden crowd. "Come with me," he said in a cold voice. His bold voice make you pout and think of him like a jerk who can't even show his love for his wife in front of his workers. When Taehyung found you walking behind him, he turned to see you were frozen at your spot thinking about something. He sighed and came near you and held your hand to pull you with him. You came back to reality after his touch and he dragged you with him. You could hear the gasp of many people around after that little action. What you failed to notice was the burning gaze of a jealous woman on you. Mrs. Moon, I should have been in her place. I deserve to be his wife, but she collected all the limelight and the life which I desire of. I'll not leave you, Ryan. Never. Just wait and watch what the hell I can do with you. No one will even doubt. What are you doing here? Tai said. I came here to give you this file. Just pass it to Jimin. He forgot it in our house. You handed him the file. Anything else? You shook your head as no and sat in front of him as one of the employees got you coffee. Did you eat your lunch? You asked as he nodded. Actually, I wanted to say that should we. You got cut off when a knock was heard on the door. Employee 1. Sir, actually, Mr. Lee is here and waiting for you. As soon as he heard his name, he immediately stood up and said, Why, now I have to go. He left. It's fine now. I will leave for my meeting with my editor as I need to fix my date of publishing book as well. After all the meeting and stuff, you came and sat on sofa being all tired. You called the maids with water and gulped it down in one go. I will just go and have some rest or maybe watch something, you said as you were about to leave when the landline phone rang. You went to pick up the call. Hello, who is it? You asked as soon as you picked the call, but you didn't got any reply. You asked again, but didn't got any reply again. You're about to cut the call when you heard a shrill music or something from behind making you confused, but then you simply cut the call. You felt weird, but then shrugged the thought away and went to your room to sleep. Your head after some time started aching, so you took painkillers and went to sleep again. Time skipped to night. After having dinner, you and Thai both were planning to sleep. Surprisingly, he came early as he said the meeting got postponed. I haven't drank milk yet. You started going toward the desk in front of the bed where you kept your glass of milk. You soon started feeling different, as if you lost control on your body itself. My charger, there it is. He started going toward the desk as well. Ryan, careful. He held your hand. You were almost about to put the mosquito repellent here. Your milk is here. First drink or else it will be spoiled, he said casually and took the charger and left. He failed to notice that you actually flinched when he touched you. You were confused of what happened. You took a deep breath to calm yourself as you were zoning out and lost in your thoughts most of the time today. Time skipped to morning. Thighs off. I woke up because of the noise of the alarm clock. He sat up on bed and looked around, but he didn't saw you anywhere. She must be in kitchen, he thought, and went to get freshened up and leave for office. Thai was making his tie when he heard the maid's yelling sound, making him confused. He immediately went downstairs to see what was happening, but his eyes widened at what was actually happening there. You were walking on the thin rail of the roof. You were on the edge of the roof. As if continued walking, then you will fell from there. Ryan, what are you doing there? Ryan, stop right there or else you'll fall. Ryan, he kept yelling, but you weren't responding at all. Go and get big cushions and get something huge and fluffy to protect her. Ryan, stop right there. His eyes didn't want to believe what was going on. Thai's eyes were all teary after seeing you like that. Ryan, stop. Don't jump from there. Please, I beg you, stop there. He was yelling like a crazy person. Ryan have locked the doors of the rooftop so no one was able to go there, as if they tried to break the door, then you might directly jump. One of his men tapped on his shoulder and said, Sir, ma'am is not in her sense. He got confused and looked at you, but was still not getting it. Her eyes are fixed in one direction. That means she's hypnotized. She's not in her sense and only doing what she's told to do, the guard explained. For now, just get her safe from there. You soon jump from there, but till then the big cushion and fluffy mattress was kept on ground. Tai took a sigh of relief after he saw that you were now safe. He immediately went to you but found you unconscious. He embraced you in his arms and took you to your bedroom. You were still unconscious. Tai was holding your hands firmly in his hands, but his mind was still running behind the fact how all this happened. Then he realized something about the last night. You were holding the mosquito repellent near the milk. That means she was hypnotized last night as well. He closed his eyes, thinking what was something which he ignored last night, and bingo, he got something. That ringtone. There was someone outside our room. If I am not wrong, then I heard that same ringtone while I was putting my shirt on. He took out his phone and immediately called someone. Time skip after half an hour. You slowly open your eyes to meet his eyes, which was all red and puffy. You immediately stood up and cupped his cheeks and asked, "What's wrong?" He immediately hugged you and started crying on your shoulder like a baby. His sob filled the entire room. I almost lost you. Damn it, I can't stop myself from thinking that. He told you everything, making you shock, and your heart almost stopped working. Never on the earth you would do that, but you almost did that. You started getting worried seeing him crying this badly. You tried to lift his mood and said jokingly, "Why so sad, huh? You would have got rid of your annoying wife." But I'm glad that you care for me, or else you're almost cold to me. His next word made you shock. That's because I am traumatized. Ryan, only thing which I learned entire life was business, and when for the first time I got in relationship, it was nothing but a game of manipulation. I started behaving rudely to everyone. She wanted me to become isolated and then take my all money and ran away because I was already suffering from mental illness, and then this relationship traumatized me more. When I hurt my mom and almost got left out from everyone, so I started getting treatment from my psychologist. But when I met you, then I felt relieved and wanted to stay with you and loved you from all my heart. But I never wanted to use you just as a tool to heal me. I know how it feels to be just a thing, but I was getting better and better. Until your birthday, I would have been all fine, so I was about to surprise you. Mr. Lee, for whom I left my beautiful wife in office, was actually my psychologist, and I didn't wanted you to meet him and my surprise to be ruined. Since when are you dealing with all this all alone? Even your mom don't know about this? He said, "From last 1 year. You hit his chest and hugged him. I'll never leave you. You should have shared this all with me. You didn't let him go of his embrace. I love you so much. I'm so sorry, my love." Tai pulled Hugh for a passionate, not able to control himself anymore, and tightened his grip on you. "I can't live without you, Ryan. My reason for speedy recovery is you." Time skip after 2 hours. You thought you both will be fine even after doing all this with my wife? Tai smirked and came in front of them with his gun. My gardener, who used his ringtone as a stimuli to hypnotize her. I also heard the ringtone, but it didn't work on me because Ryan's mind was already conditioned to respond to that stimuli because of the call in the afternoon. But I ignored it, thinking there are so many people, I can't go and check the guards out. But unfortunately, Jimin, my best friend and cyber expert, got all the detail with call recording. All the phone of my loved one are tapped for their safety. So, how would you both like to die? Miss Moon. But why? But I thought you don't love Ryan and that's why you used to be cold to her. I thought I'll be fine after Her death, you won't be in grief, and soon I'll make you fall for me. And that was your mistake. My trauma didn't only made me vulnerable in relationship, but also made me a very dangerous person to deal with.